Over the next couple of weeks, EWN will be rolling out a series of features of women in politics. I got to spend some time with different women from different political parties, and each woman chose a specific venue that is close to them and how they choose to get some downtime. With each woman, we discussed politics and, of course, delved a little bit into their personal lives to find out what makes them tick. So this week, we'll kickstart the feature with the DA's very own Refiloe Ntsekhe, who worked her way up and is now the national spokesperson.
In 2009, my family, when I said to them, guys, I'm a political analyst. I studied political philosophy at UCT in the 90s, and then I went on to study marketing. But when I decided I'm tired of being a brand manager, I now want to step out of marketing and go back into politics, my family was like, this child is crazy. And they thought the natural gravitation for them was towards the ANC because we were all raised in the ANC. But I said to them, I'm going to be the national director for the Democratic Alliance. And my family thought, wait, which party? I said, no, I'm going to join the DA. And my father and my mom, I've never been people to say, don't. They believe you must phone your own path, and they support me in whatever I choose to do. So I joined the DA, and it's been amazing. And I think, I hate to call things failures. I think it's hurdles, and you overcome them, and you learn from them, and you become a better person and a stronger person going forward. And failing is failing to learn the lesson from that particular hurdle or milestone that you have to go through.
Refiloe spoke to us about her political views, her aspirations, her childhood, but also opened up about a very sad past with her experience as a victim of domestic violence, again bringing to the fore the abuse against women and children in the country.
He would, as my career progressed and I climbed the corporate ladder higher and higher, he would say things like, let's look at me, acknowledge it. I'm a plus-size girl with big boobs. Why do you have such a big stomach? My sweetheart, if I had money, I'd take you for a liposuction. That stomach looks disgusting. No. And I said, but I made you a father. I have 3 children by cesarean. It's not exactly easy. Yes, it can be done, but it's not very easy to get a 6-pack when you've had 3 children via cesarean.
Do you even want one?
I don't know. I kind of like standing for the normal woman in society. I don't want to be a size 0 or whatever you call it. I'm happily a 42. So rebuilding my confidence when somebody was trying to make me feel like being a plus-size human being was actually something to be ashamed of, is what I'm at. Every day I reconstruct that part of me, and it's internal and loving myself again. I love my kids, but to learn to love yourself is another ball game. To learn to accept yourself and say, look in the mirror in the morning and think, okay, Masa's beautiful, but guess what? This is a beautiful girl right here.
Absolutely.
And this is some of the things I started not believing. I started thinking, my God, I'm an ugly girl. And I'd look at the girl next to me. And what made it worse is when he was emotionally abusive, he cheated on me with girls who looked exactly like me. Big boobs, plus size, only difference was the face. And I remember the one thing he was like, you're not allowed to have dreads. Dreads are rough and dirty. When I got out of the relationship, the first thing I did is I had dreads. I was like, Mom, I'm getting dreads. Of course, I also hid the abuse from my family because I never wanted my family to think I can't take care of myself. And I've learned to also find the word strong woman to be patronizing. Because when people say you're such a strong woman, I take it to mean you don't need help. And everybody needs help. I've learned that the biggest strength in anybody is humility. You can hide all you want. Your child will know when you're sad. Anybody who's a mom will tell you, when you're having a bad day, no matter how much you're smiling, if you put your child on your chest, that child, somehow the way your heart is breathing or the way your skin is smelling is sensing that you're not having a good day, and that child is not sleeping well that night. So you can cry in the bedroom, but I tell you, my 4-year-old has had moments where I will have a bad day, and my friend had just bought him a duck, and he came home, it's a cuddly toy, He came into my room at midnight. He says, Mom, I can't sleep. You are sad. I want you to sleep with that because I want you to feel better. Oh. And I didn't tell him I was having a bad day. I came home, I was all jovial in pretense because I don't want them to feel that Mom goes through a bad day. And I've learned. And that was probably also the turning point of me deciding to get out of my relationship, because I don't want my kids to think as men, because I've got boys, this is how I must treat a woman. And in the same breath, I also don't want my kids to live in a relationship and think relationships are supposed to be miserable. I must make my woman miserable. I want them either to have a single happy mother, but not a mother and a father who are constantly on the verge of killing each other. And if there's anything I've learned is abusive relationship over time becomes physical abuse. And when I learned over working in social development, because there's nothing like looking in the mirror through the work that you do. Social development, one of the directorates is victim empowerment and looking at women in abusive relationships. And I learned I don't want any more #Karabos. Coming out, I hope more women will be, I don't know if I want to call it inspired, but maybe motivated to find the courage to say, Refiloe, a simple girl can get out of that horrible relationship. So can I.
And with the police, I mean, you've mentioned them before, and a lot of women have also complained about this. The minister now has also acknowledged that there is a problem with the front desk.
Yeah. And I want to know that when you walk into a police station, if you're a woman reporting abuse, and please, I know there's men also being abused who also don't come out. It's even harder for men to acknowledge that they're in an abusive relationship because of patriarchy. You're supposed to be strong. But I want a woman or anybody who's abused to walk in and say, I want to report abuse. You're taken into a place where you feel safe and you can speak confidentially, not in front of the lady who's reporting that I've had a break-in. I'm reporting I've been in a car accident. You're in an office where somebody will say, can I pour you some water? And can you sit down? Are you okay? Where are the children? Are they safe? And how are you feeling? And then say to you, explain to me what happened. I don't want to be treated as, oh really? Are you serious? Emotional abuse? No man, you must go home and sort out your domestic issues. There's so few men out there, you're lucky you even have one. Those are some, and even worse, some of the time it came from female police officers.
Refiloe's powerful story has already touched many people, and she says she's adamant to continue telling the story to hopefully inspire many more. Masa, Kekana, Eyewitness News.